I want to share a few thoughts about this Tudor Pelagos LHD or left-hand drive. And the first thought comes down to its place within the wider Tudor lineup. Tudor does take some criticism for being, in a sense, a one-trick pony. The far and away best seller is the Black Bay. Almost every watch in the Tudor product catalog is some variation of size, material, color, or complication of the Black Bay. Yes, the brand makes other watches, but you almost wouldn't know that by walking into a Tudor AD and looking at the cases. Now, the Pelagos is one of those other models, and I think that's great. It is the only sport watch from Tudor that has crown guards. It is the only one crafted out of titanium. It is the only one with full lume indexing set within this ceramic bezel insert. It is the only one with a left-hand drive configuration, the only one with a helium release valve, and the only one with a roulette date wheel, which I really like. All the even days are done in red. All of the odd days are done in black. Now, the Tudor Pelagos was also the brand's first modern sport watch to have a toolless quick adjustment system, and this came years before the T-Fit made its way into the Black Bay line. I actually find the clasp to be brilliantly engineered and executed. The spring-loaded expansion setting is just not something that you see from other brands. The Pelagos is fully brushed, the dial is matte, even the hands and markers have no polish work. The ceramic bezel insert is matte finished, so the watch really exudes a toolish, purpose-built feel, a sporty feel. Yes, it has some vintage aspects to it, some vintage-inspired aspects, but the watch design, I think, is predominantly contemporary, which is why the Tudor Rose logo is nowhere to be seen on this watch, and I think it wouldn't feel at home even if it was placed on the dial or the crown. I also enjoy the ludicrous amount of dial text that's found above the 6 o'clock hour marker. Tudor placed 5 lines of text. So reading north to south, you'll see Pelagos, chronometer, officially certified, rotor self-winding, and 500 meter 1640 feet. It's a full paragraph. And I think this stands in stark contrast to the original ETA release of the Pelagos, which can now be referred to as a Peli 2-liner. And by the way, I would love to add a 2-liner to the watch collection. It's a little bit thinner. The markers are a little different. Obviously, it has the 2 lines of text, but it is hard to find a decent example at a decent price these days. That the model is years old at this point. Now, I would also lose out on some of the quirkiness that the LHD really brings to the table. So, there's pros and cons with going with a specific Pelagos example. The other thing that the Pelagos does really well that really the Black Bay has yet to demonstrate, and that is having inner applied ARC or anti-reflective coatings on the flat sapphire crystal. I've said it before many times, but that little feature has a big difference, where it makes a big difference in the end user experience. I love good ARC, and this one has pretty good ARC. Now, the last point that I want to mention is the bezel action. Like all Tudor divers, the tactile feel is fantastic. I like how the coin edging is set just outside the case slab, so it's really easy to grip, even if you're wearing gloves. This has a 60-click action with crisp, clean, precise positions, but the position at the 12 marker is ever so slightly harder to turn past, which makes, placing this pip at the resting position very easy. And I've never seen another brand do anything like this before. It's a feature unique to the Pelagos, and it is not found on the Black Bay. So in summation, I think this is a great piece. It is unlike the Black Bay in many ways, but one could argue that this is the brand's best dive watch. It's unique, it's toolish, and it's a little quirky. And maybe that's why I personally like it so much. Now, could you own this and a Black Bay in the same watch collection? I think absolutely. They are very different feeling, very different wearing watches, each with their own strengths and weaknesses. Could you own this Pelagos and a Rolex Submariner in the same collection? Again, I think absolutely. In fact, that would be fun. I know your hard earned money is basically going to the same place, but yes, a Peli and a sub of some type would be a great sport duo. And this ties in well to what I think is the Pelagos' biggest weakness, and that is its toolishness. Don't get me wrong, I love wearing this watch. It fits my casual lifestyle well, but I'm just glad that it's not my only watch. There are days as a collector where I crave to wear something steel or something with polish, something with a little shine. There are days when I want to wear something thinner or more refined feeling or something more colorful. So yes, I think you could make this luxury LHD a one watch collection, but I think it would be better to add some variants to the collection just to mix it up and keep you, the wearer, from getting fatigued with that industrial tooly feel that can add, as you wear this day after day after day. So in that situation, put on a different watch. It's the same problem that other toolish designs have, and I'm thinking of many other Zinn or Damasco designs from Deutschland. At some point as a collector, you don't want to strap on a robust tool. Some days you want to put on the finesse. And I hope that all made sense. Yes, you do crave that, but other times you do crave something tooly, something sporty, something a little industrial. So just bear that in mind. Let me know your thoughts on the Pelagos and specifically this LHD. How do you view the brand? And how do you view the focus on the Black Bay? Feel free to sound off below regardless of whether you agree or disagree with me. Lastly, if you appreciated this content, please help me out by upvoting and subscribing. That helps me reach new viewers, and I would really appreciate the support. And I promise to keep the watch content coming.